During Corona times, a lot of people started like investing into music instruments, starting to have the free time for making music, and people start buying pianos. And having a real piano is always a difference to an electronic piano, because you have mechanics in there and not computers in there. And this makes a huge difference, because all these pianos are in different conditions, and all these pianos are from different age and also different price ranges. And I can tell you, the first thing what you have to do is just go to a piano store and play the pianos to find out what kind of sound do you prefer, and can you even spot the difference between a very expensive piano and a cheap piano. Because you don't have to pay like $500,000 to have the perfect piano, because there are like also in much lower price ranges amazing pianos that sound great and do the job. And that's what I actually want to help you out today. And then you can check for what special things you have to check for buying a piano. Let's start. So guys, I swapped the camera so that we actually can have a look on this grand upright piano. And right here we have a Yamaha UX3 piano, and it's actually 32 years old, and yeah, it's in a great condition. And this is something that is also super important before you buy a piano. You can have the same kind of model but in different conditions. Like, was it played every day for 8 hours, in a music school, or was it played like in a family home once a week or every 3 months, whatever. So you have different conditions on your piano, and this will directly like have an impact on the mechanics in there. Because if you play it super often, then you have also different kind of quality of the mechanics. So first, what is super important, because every sound that is made from this piano is done by the hammer mechanics hammering on the strings. And first thing what you really have to look for is the quality of the tuners. Do you have any kind of oxidation on there or destruction? Because if the strings right here are clean, then you can also tune your piano. And this is something super important right here. You see they are all in great condition, even at 30 years old. So this piano was like stored in like dry rooms, so not like with a high moist in the air. So this is something that you have clean tuners without any rust on there. And the next thing what you have to look for is point number 2. And this is the hammer mechanics. You see right here, the most important thing about the hammer mechanics is that they are in line. If you watch on the top of the hammer mechanics, they have to be in line with each other. You see this super clean right here on this piano, that they are super aligned, and from every kind of key up to the high positions. And also if you look on the side right here, you see it's super straight. So this is point number 2. Check out that the hammer mechanics are in line. And this is also something that is super interesting, because if you're going to play the piano, then it's something where you have to look on the keys. Because if you press one of the keys right here and you just hold it, you see there's no sound coming, but the mechanics is moving. You see it right here super quickly, and super soft, so that you have a lot of space, in the key. Because if you touch it and it's not moving, you see it's already moving if I touch it. So that the space in there to trigger the hammer mechanics is very, very low, because this makes the difference how fast you can play on this piano. And this is also something that you have to check for the piano, because usually in the area of the C1 right here, most of the people play, and there you will have most of the let's call it destruction when you play it super fast. And then you usually see also the hammer mechanics, they are not aligned, in those areas where you have played a lot. And this is something you definitely have to check. And point number 3 is the ribbons of the mechanics. You see them right here, these small little ribbons over there with the red flag on this. So they holding the mechanics back. If you trigger the sound here, the little ribbon is bringing back the hammer mechanics. And you see most of the time within old pianos that these small ribbons over there, they are already destructed, you know, they are not clean anymore. And usually also like in the area of the C1, because a lot of people play if they play piano on that area. So, and you finally have destruction in the small ribbons. And if you check these 3 points, then you have already a clean piano. And point number 4 is the soundboard of the piano. This is like in the back of every piano, and this is like for the resonance, for the bass, and this makes like your piano sound like this wooden warm tone. And that's something what you really have to check for. Let's have a look on the back of this UX3. You see also now the reason for the UX, because you have like this parallel wood blocks in there, and you see right here a super nice wooden soundboard in an absolutely great condition. You know, you also see all the different kind of wood colors in there, and this is something you really have to check when you buy the piano, because finally the back, you see sometimes old pianos, they were carried a lot. You have some kind of breaks in there, and if you have some destruction on the soundboard, this is like very expensive to repair. And this is something I can really recommend. Check out the soundboard on the back, and if you check these 4 points, be like, yeah, you have a clean piano. And what I can really recommend for you is, if you buy a piano, don't just go on eBay and buy a 30 or 40 years old piano, because finally buying a piano that age, you will always have to do some small repairs on this one, like the ribbons, like adjusting the hammer mechanics. And this is something you can definitely check for a good piano store, where they also have people like repairing pianos, because they actually know what you need for your piano and how is the condition of your piano. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and just leave a follow and a comment, and I'm really looking forward to see your opinion on buying a piano.